Pop out chat and open it on my phone. And we should be going. Yep, we're good to go. Everything seems to be showing up. Everything seems to be okay. Oh, right, hold on. I got to do this on the one game card. I got to disconnect it. I connected to the internet to download Fire Red. Pull it out to do this real quick. Then I do want to do this to check real quick. We're going to do modern output. And modern output to see, okay, is it outputting my headphones? Do internet settings. I don't know why it's not outputting to my headphones. No, there is no. I haven't closed it, have I? That is weird that I can't hear it through my headphones, but they're all there, so. And in theory, you should be good to go now, too. Oh, I was going to join chat. Where's my pop-out chat? Here's my pop-out chat. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Alright. Sounds okay to me. I'm going to back the mic off a bit. Wow, that's actually kind of loud. I'm okay with that. Sounds good to me. Okay, and we'll undo you. You should be you. Yep, there's the music. I think we're good to go. I should probably ping the Discord. I don't feel like pinging the Discord though. You know what, do we go? Let's ping Discord real quick. So far it looks stable, but I haven't started recording yet, so we'll find out once I start recording. We'll go to my Discord. Welcome on in, everybody. Just pinging the Discord and getting set up. Music should be good. So far the stream looks okay in quality, so hopefully it stays there. I'm going to start recording, and we'll see how it goes. I am coming down with a cold. I was miserable last night. It's gotten better today, though, but I did want to try and stream some more. Because I kind of want to keep going with this Fire Red and Leaf Green stuff. So let's go ahead and start the timer, and let's just keep going. Not Fire Red and Leaf Green stuff, BDSP stuff. Because I want to get some of the BDSP stuff done, and then I can move on to Fire Red and Leaf Green for a while. I did get it. It's on my Switches. Here's where we figure out if my playlist randomizes or not. Or it says Raimon City. Oh, I forgot to do that one. Welcome on in, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I forgot to hit it on that one. Yeah, that's the one I forgot it on. So did that randomize? Oh, it did randomize. Okay. It's supposed to randomly switch between them. I added more stuff to the playlist. There's some Minecraft stuff. I added some Tears of the Kingdom stuff, so it will be a little longer. It should be a little more versatile than this time in terms of playlists. I love Gen 5 music, though. It's great. It is weird to be playing BDSP while everyone's playing Fire Red and Leaf Green. The odd one out. Let's do that since that one's already 236. Hoping to actually get a shiny. That'd be nice. Oops. That one is U. X. It always takes me a minute to get my controllers figured out while I do it. Then once I get my controllers figured out, it's good from there. So. Question is the stream stable enough? No, it is not. It is lagging already. I thought I'd be able to stream again, but it is lagging again. Let's see. What are my settings again? We can try the higher bitrate and see what happens and see if it helps. Where's that one down? What is this, Kirkiri Forest? Sounds like Kirkiri Forest. I may have to stop again, which is ridiculous. You have to clean up again without recording it. Go ahead and stop. Pause the timer for a second. I don't know what's going on with this shit. No one showed up today anyways. Oh, that was it connecting to my phone. It seems to stabilize when I don't record. Then when I start recording, we'll see it drop. Right. Unless it's not going to do it this time. Let's stay a stable frame rate ideally. It looks like it did that time, which is weird. I don't know how OBS manages its settings. I need to raise the volume of the... You play the music on my phone real quick, see if I can hear it. You can hear it a little, but I think I'm going to raise it up a little bit in the settings. Maybe I'll just mute the Switch audio for now. I don't know, show me... Because I can't even hear it on my phone with that going. Oh wait, it stopped recording desktop audio, that's what it looks like. That is weird. It stopped outputting desktop audio. Hold on. I thought this would happen. Just be nice and clean. Oh, Rhythm Box crashed. Close that and that. Rhythm box. There it goes. Here's what I think I'm going to do for stream. I think I'm going to turn off switch audio for stream too. That way you guys can't hear it and I can. This should make it so that it doesn't go through. Oh. Well, let me check my settings again. Make sure it... Yeah, it should be outputting desktop audio. Wait, 1 was recording, 2 would be stream. So now... So we turn that back on, turn that off there. And then the audio should come through now, which is weird that it's not. Yeah, it's weird this. The desktop audio stopped working today. It was working the other day. But now it's not for some reason. I don't know why. Why are you not working? Seriously. Desktop audio. Hello? 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 Audio? Filters. Layout. Me stop you. Start recording you. Oh, it only records when it's outputting to something. Noted. If I mute that, it mutes that. No one's in chat yet to tell me if the music is too loud, but I'm going to turn it back down. Because I can hear it in comparison to myself. What is that? Like that? Just kind of background. No, that sounds about right. As long as you don't start lagging, we should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer back up. And we'll keep going. I figured it wouldn't do as well today with all the fire red competition. That's okay. Oh, if I get a shiny, it'd be great. X's close. You. Don't like that either. But this needs to be elevated if we do it like that. Oh, I'm listening to my phone. That's what's going on. Okay. Oh, it started fucking lagging again. Why would it do that? I should just record off screen. No one cares. Didn't even clean up when I stopped recording that time. My temps aren't bad. My memory usage isn't bad. My CPU usage isn't bad. It's a network. It's entirely a network problem, which seems weird. It doesn't make sense that it'd be a network problem, but that one didn't do it. Oh, those two didn't do it either. Shoot. Yeah, it starts lagging again when I hit record. I might actually have to turn that down a little. Maybe my GPU is being pushed. Because it could be a GPU rendering issue. Try it one more time. I thought today would go smoothly. It decided that it was not going to go smoothly and it was going to have issues again. I thought I fixed them all. Come on. Don't lag this time. We better get going. My timer's still going, so. It's weird. It doesn't start lagging until the recording gets a ways through. Please, you are that one. Did it start lagging again? It did. I might have to stop OBS and actually run it as administrator, but I don't want to. Good odds. I tried switching which encoder I'm using for streaming. Let me stop stream for a second and see how it goes. Again. Because I'm modifying my recording settings. So. Output recording. Oh, apparently I can't start it while I'm modifying settings. Even though I'm not recording. There it goes. It's like I'm not even here, and it's like, boy. Yeah. Alright, what do we gotta do? I mean, it does look way better, but the encoding was overloaded again. Oh. It froze. Is it working now? Got it. What happens? Alright. It appears... Oh, well that's interesting. Let's try recording again. Use a faster encoding preset. Yeah, hold on. Go do this again. I hate that I can't modify recording for a second. Working through technical difficulties as always. Okay, so it wants me to do this. Is it gonna work? I think I need to do is open you and run. There we go. It looks like it's gonna work this time. No lag. Come on. Looks like it's stabilized. We have stream. Repeat. We have stream. We have stable frame rate and stream. Houston, we have liftoff. Alright, let me make sure I pop out chat. Thank you, GPT, as always. Did it go up again? Holy crap. Why is everyone just coming in? It's nice. Oh, sorry that my voice is very scratchy. I'm coming down with something. Doing better today, but last night was miserable. And yes, I know I could be playing Fire Red and Leaf Green. I have both of them. I got both of them. But I'm going to wait for a while. I'm just going to keep... I think I'm going to finish the BDSP stuff first to do that first. That way I can make sure we do this one, that one's good, that one's good, and that one's good. Almost forgot to start the timer back up. That's okay though. I'm sure I've missed some time, so I was just recovering a little bit of the lost time from the troubleshooting. So we'll go ahead and start you back up, and we should be good to go. It appears everything is stable. I don't know the quality of the video, so I may have to use the stream, but we'll get to that later. Officially at 11 hours, we are a fifth of the way there. Well, more than a fifth of the way there. We're at 11/50ths of the way there. Which is not divisible, so it really is 11/50ths. Now 12/50s would be 6/25ths. One more hour, we could be 6/25ths of the way there. Did it really jump up to 12 whole people watching? That is nuts for a Saturday with all the competition with Fire Red. That is kind of nuts. I'm going to pull my controllers out real quick. I'm just going to leave them on the desk. I think that worked better. I put 2 of them the way I had them on my lap the other day, and it worked on my lap, but it does not work on my desk. So. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that'll actually work pretty well, I think. Welcome on in, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. We're doing some BDSP, good old BDSP. My goal is a shiny origin dex where I get every shiny inside the game it was released in. I think it makes it a lot more fun to hunt the targets in the games they were in instead of just doing Dynamax Adventures or Wormholes or the Hooper Rings and Auras. So that's why we're doing it. And I'm also testing the applicableness of the shiny charm. That came out wrong. I have the shiny charm in all 3 games because this dumbass decided to work towards a living dex specifically to get dive balls to hunt Dialga, because the best way to get them is with a living dex and literally just resetting the Pokeball guy every day. So I've managed to get 60 Pokeballs between 2 games. So I've got 30 for the Giratina and 30 for the Dialga, because I'm like, I kind of like the idea of getting this Giratina in a dive ball. I've got one in a Premier Ball from Ultra Sun and Moon. So it's not, I figured I'd try something new. I figured I'll go with a dive ball. And if the dive ball fails, I can always default to Premier Ball or something else. But with 30 dive balls, it is a 1 in 9, or it is a 90% chance to catch it with 30 Pokeballs. So in theory, we should be fine with my Smeargle setup, getting it down to 1 HP and sleeping with 30. Of course, sometimes I get extremely unlucky and that'll be bad, but things happen. One of the best OSTs in this whole playlist. But I have to avoid singing along. Let the fire burn. What are you chewing on? Hey, you. What are you chewing on? You're just licking your paw. I think you're chewing on something. Sorry, pal. You can go back to licking your paw. Everybody. No, go back to laying down. How is everyone enjoying Fire Red and Leaf Green though? I started playing it and then I got distracted with analyzing the network packets when trading between the two to see how much of it has changed and if we could replicate it. They completely rebuilt the thing from the ground up. Like it's not a standard network protocol. It's not just converting the serial data into network stuff. It's like a completely built up from the ground up. So it'll take someone a lot smarter than me if we're gonna figure out how to trade from the real games to these ones, because that was my goal. Is let's analyze what's going on with the trades between the two systems and see if we can't make the real hardware mimic it. But I think it's going to become really complex to do that. I wish Nintendo would just do that, just be like, hey, here's a adapter you can plug into your Switch with a link cable, and now you can trade between your Switch and your Game Boy. Of course, I don't actually own a GBA or Game Boy. I have DS Lites that I've always played my Game Boy Advance games on because I've never really needed to trade them. But I do need to get one for shiny hunting on Ruby and Sapphire. But I'm really looking forward to Safari Week this year. I do want to get my DS Lites set up to record. I'm almost done. I just need to order a couple more digitizers because while putting the thing together, I break the digitizers because they're super frail. But I should be able to get my DS Lite recordings figured out. Holy crap, are we almost up to 20 people hanging out here just listening to me ramble? That is nuts. I didn't realize how many people just kind of show up and stop, And maybe, people are going to sleep and I just happen to be the one they scrolled on and they're just happen to staying here. That's great. How many likes are we at? We are at 3 likes. Not bad, not best, but thank y'all for showing up. I it's weird that people can show up and just hang out and listen to me ramble on. about whatever I've been doing. Of course, I've got the rambling gene in my family, you know. People in my family can talk a lot, and I am the same way. I can kind of just talk and talk and talk if I want to. Just about everything. It can be annoying, but you learn to manage it, you know. Some people don't like talking to you all the time, some people do. Yet sometimes you have to end the conversation, you know. But it's a skill that comes in really handy when streaming on the internet to keep people engaged. Just talk about random shit, and they just stay and listen, so. Oh, but it was weird. I got fire red on my OLED, and I'm playing in handheld mode, right? And it's perfectly centered. There's black bars on the side, which is expected, but there's also a little bit of a black bar on top and bottom, which, you know, it's okay. I don't know why they chose to do that. Why they wouldn't upscale it a little further, and maybe that's the reason. Maybe their upscaler was limited to a specific size. That's wrong controller. That's what's going on. Oh, and then we gotta hit that one too. And here comes the Minecraft soundtracks I added on. We're just gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy some Minecraft music. And hopefully get a shiny while we're at it. Let's see, 750, 750, 750 makes 2250, I believe. If we don't see a shiny by 3000, then the data starts leaning towards absolutely the shiny charm doesn't work. But right now we're still in the range of it could be a longer shiny charm hunt, which in theory I'd be due for, right? Because I've had what prompts me to test the shiny charm, as I've said, but those of you who new to stream probably haven't said, is I got the shiny charm and I've had some damn good luck in these games since I got it for getting dive balls. The first time I did after it was with a Rotom, and I got it in 1100. After that I did a Yanma in the Great Marsh, and I got that after 400 between 2 games. And then this last one was a Luxio after 1800 between 2 games. So that could just be really good full odds luck, but that's part of why I'm testing it. And I want to do 50 hours in a bunch of different games. So, or not a bunch of different games. I want to do 50 hours with a bunch of different methods. So I want to do 50 hours hunting legendaries, potentially do the static encounters. Then I want to do 50 hours random encounters, and then potentially 50 hours fishing and fossil hunting. Because, you know, if it's like other games, the fossils are probably hold on, I didn't see that one, did I? It's this one, that one, that one. Okay. Like, the fossils themselves are not affected by the shiny charm. I don't know why they changed that from X and Y to Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon for gift Pokemon, but, you know, fossils are gift Pokemon. They're probably full odds. I don't know about fishing. Fishing itself could generate a different type of Pokemon, but, you know, this is also all assuming, you know, the potential that it does actually work, which is why we test things. Because I'm extremely skeptical of data miners, because they were wrong about Let's Go. They were wrong about Sword and Shield, and there's a good possibility they were wrong about things in this game. In fact, I know for a matter of fact there are things in this game that they are absolutely wrong about, because I have played a lot of these games, and because I think it's because no one actually tested these. They just trusted people, and they kind of moved on to Legends too quickly. That since no one tested it, they didn't find out the things that I have found out. Especially about the Grand Underground. The Grand Underground is very interesting in terms of practical data, because I found out something very interesting, and that is, everyone said the Diglett bonus was kind of universal. You're in a group of people, and once the Diglett bonus gets to 40, you get the bonuses. I found that's not true. The way the Diglett bonus works is, it only affects you depending on how many Diglets, so you have to contribute to the Diglett count in order for it to actually affect you. So if you just go join a random thing and wait for them to get to 40, you're not going to get all the benefits of, oh, here are the rare items, here's the Ramanas Park things I need, and here's the rare statues and stuff. And I found that you need to do, I think between... Sorry about that. I found that you actually need to do between 5 and 10 Diglets to actually get the bonus. And one of the other things I have found is that, oh, what's the word? One of the things I found is that the rare Pokemon statues actually are impacted by the Diglett bonus. Or, like, let's say I'm going for the starters. Well, they're a rare Pokemon, so I'm going to increase their typing by the statues. But the statues isn't the only thing that helps. The rare Pokemon appear to actually increase their spawn rates based on how many Diglets you have during the Diglett bonus. So what I noticed is when you're just exploring down there, even if you have the statues in your base, the rare Pokemon aren't going to show up as often. But the moment you get the Diglett bonus and you've contributed Diglets, you're going to see much more of those rare spawn Pokemon, which I found interesting because that is something that, you know, as far as I know, no one ever mentioned and no one ever found it. So it's definitely interesting playing a lot of these games and practically testing their mechanics instead of just trusting what people on the internet say, because they're, you know, they could be reading the code wrong. You know, they might not completely understand it, or you never know what's wrong. And this is no hate towards data miners. I mean, we appreciate what they do. I mean, they help us a lot, and a lot of things they do they're right about. So we're up to 20 people in stream. Holy crap, that is awesome. Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. That's a lot of people, even for a Saturday, especially with all the competition. I only wish I could bring you more entertainment, but unfortunately, I'm feeling sick and my rambling is all I can give you. And I don't know what else to talk about. I mean, I spent a lot of stuff talking about last stream, you know, just catching up with everyone. I guess I could talk about, I've still got to make a fire red and leaf green layout for shorts and, for short streaming and recording. Lumia City. Sorry. I my Tism says I must speak when I recognize a soundtrack. And no, I'm not just reading it off of my monitor. But hey, if you're here and you're enjoying it, please consider dropping a like and or subscribing. We're really close to 600, I believe. If I can do 600 before March, that'd be great. Hold on. I gotta go upstairs. I gotta grab some water for a second, so I'll be back here in a second. Sorry about that. It took me longer to get my water and pee and stuff. I got water. Ready to do some shiny hunting. Although my bladder will probably say pee again, because that's how that whole... Wait, it went from 20 to 26 while I was away. Is that just what the background music does? Like, people just come here to listen to the background music? Make sure I start that again. And then we do 1, 2, 3. Well, thanks everyone for staying, and someone liked. I really appreciate that. 4 likes is great. I think last stream we hit 6, so if we could do, I'd like to do 10. I think 10 would be great. Oh, I should probably move away from the mic a bit. That was probably a bit loud. I really do like this 3D printed mic boom. Minecraft soundtracks. I love C418. Legendary. This is the classic creative music when you're flying around in creative, building stuff. The memories. Also, let me know if you want to hear the game music. I disabled the game audio on the stream, so if you guys want to hear it, let me know. But I figured I would just do background music, turn off the game audio, and the game audio will show up in the recording. Oh, right. Wrong button. Oh, did it freeze? Oh, it did freeze there for a second. That was interesting. That was weird, but that's okay. You, and you are all good. Also, tell me if anything's too loud or too quiet. I also got some dinner on the way, so I'll probably end up eating it on stream. Or maybe mute for a minute and eat it. I wonder what will end up peak viewership will end up being for a Saturday. I really should swap the positions of these controllers so that they're a little more, my brain correlates them a little better. 1, 2, 3. Go X and close. Open. So this time, I'll go ahead and swap the positions of the controllers around so that they're more natural for my hands. Because my brain correlates one controller with the wrong screen depending on its position. So hopefully this will help with that. What else can I ramble on about? Anyone got any ideas on what I could ramble about? Oh, I guess I could talk about my plans for Fire Red and Leaf Green. I think I really like this idea of doing X amount of time shiny hunting in specific games. So along with BDSP, I will be doing 50 hours, at least 50 hours in Sword and Shield. And then, not sure about other Switch games. Maybe Legends Arceus, but there are a lot of alpha targets that I want to go for related to Gen 4. Because I think I really like Gen 4 shinies, so I want to focus on them this year, I think. But this series is going to be called something along the lines of testing the Shiny Charm in BDSP, or the truth about the Shiny Charm in BDSP, just doing a bunch of hunts and getting practical data with the Shiny Charm, seeing, hey, does this seem like it works? Does it seem like it doesn't? And then I think I'll do the same kind of theme, like where it's like testing the Shiny Charm in Sword and Shield. And the reason I think I can get away with it is because no one really hunted with the Shiny Charm in Sword and Shield. Most of it was Masuda method. So I think it'd be fun to jump back into Sword and Shield and do a bunch of reset hunts. Instead of because the random encounters were broken. Well, they're not broken. It was poorly designed. Because of the way that every overworld Pokemon had its stats generated, even though you couldn't see it. So you would be passing multiple shinies, which is, I believe, is why a lot of people went way over odds. So most of the hunts I want are easy reset hunts anyways, because I want to do the fully evolved ones. So I want to do Obstagoon, Squovet, or not Squovet, it's Greedant, Orbeetle, all of the kind of fully evolved targets from that game somewhere in it. And most of them will end up being reset hunts. So I think I really think that it'd be fun to do a testing the Shiny Charm in Sword and Shield and just seeing what those resets look like and how many shines we can get in a reasonable amount of time with those with the Shiny Charm, and just just play around with it, since no one really tested those. No one did a whole lot of those hunts. And then maybe we'll do the fossil hunts in that game as well. Those are absolutely on my list eventually. I have a lot of Let's Go hunts I want to do too. Same thing in Let's Go. Personally, I really like hunting the higher evolved Pokemon. Like recently, well, not recently at this point, but when I was doing Let's Go, I got the Pidgeotto, I got Beedrill, I got Butterfree, and so I was gonna do Nidoking, Nidoqueen, things like that. And, you know, so basically I'm going for living origin dexes, or shiny living origin dexes, but I'm also adding the twist of, hey, you know, can we get them fully evolved in the games that they came in? So catch them at their highest evolution possible in the wild. This brings back nostalgia, but it's only 10-year nostalgia for me. Because I was not born when Gold, Silver, and Crystal came out. So, but I did play a lot of it when they released it on the 2DS and 3DS. I had my 2DS XL. I put so many hours into Crystal because I got the bundle with Crystal for Christmas. I put so many hours into breeding and hatching eggs and playing it. Don't think I ever got my full odds targets. I think I basically beat the game, got set up for Celebi, broke the device, did the same thing again, broke the device, decided, okay, I'm not going to do this. And now my Crystal save files are on my new 3DS and my new 2DS. Well, my brother's 2DS XL and my new 3DS XL that I did eventually get. And they're set up at Sudowoodo, and I was going to do legendary hunts and some of those hunts. Because I did fail the Sudowoodo while setting up at that point. One of my, you know, I believe it was my second ever random full odd shiny Pokemon that I wasn't hunting for. And because I was literally setting up the recording for it, and I was not prepared with Pokeballs, so I couldn't catch it because I was just playing around with the recording and recording it, doing a couple encounters, and I failed it. I've not released that to YouTube. Eventually that will come to YouTube. What's funny is I didn't get the reaction on camera because I was just, you know, I was just looking at the video, seeing what it would be like. So I quickly hit the record button and record the whole thing. But now, after that, I did go back and set up Paris's. So I think I went in my Heart Gold and Soul Silver copies. I caught some Paris's from the Safari Zone, and I used PKSM to get them into Gen 2 because I didn't want to have to play through Gen 1 again. Because I don't know if you can get Paris in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. You might have been able to, and I might have been able to play through Gold, Silver, and Crystal, but I already had a Heart Gold and Soul Silver file. So I just caught in Heart Gold and Soul Silver and traded it downward to Gen 2 using PKSM, which is a super handy app, and I can't wait for it to come to the Nintendo Switch. But the developers haven't made much leeway on PKSM for the Switch. But I really hope that when they do, we'll be able to trade between the 2DS and 3DS line to the Switch without home, because that would be super nice. Being able to say, and especially if we can go back and forth. Because one of the best things about PKSM is you can go back and forth between Gen 7 all the way down to, technically you can actually do Gen 3 save files. Well, I think it's Gens 1 through 7 digital save files on the 3DS. Did it freeze on stream or just the recording for me? No, it does freeze on stream as well when it does that. Huh. Interesting. Yoo-hoo! There it goes. It's weird. I clicked my mouse and it fixed it. So maybe I just need to interact. Maybe it's freezing up because I'm not doing anything on my computer. So maybe I have to interact with it every so often. Another good Gold, Silver, and Crystal. This one, although this isn't Goldenrod City, is it? Was it Goldenrod City? I don't think so. It's Violet City, yeah. Those who have done the roamer hunts know a lot about this. Ooh, I've also been planning to do the roamer hunts. Once I get my DS Lite recording set up, I do want to do the roamers after doing... I got to do the starters in Sudowoodo and then the roamers. But I have worked on optimizing the hunt. I think I'm going to use the radio. There's a radio app on it where... I think you can get it before the gym. I don't remember when you can get it. If you can get the radio app before the gym, what you can do is just set the radio app up, and it increases wild encounters. And you just do that every time you're on the route. And the reason it's better, as I found, is because you don't have to go as far into the grass. which means you take less steps, and because you're taking less steps, you don't go through your repels as fast. So I found it more efficient to use instead of using the white flute and the illuminator, throw the illuminator, just use the Poke Gear to go to the radio app, and then from there, I don't remember if you have to activate it each time you go in and out of the route. Because I know the Poke Flute, every time you go in and out of the route, you'd have to activate it. Or the White Flute, not the Poke Flute. Which is why the White Flute isn't necessarily as valid for roamer hunts. Another Bangro ST. But I think that radio, when I was testing it actually made the encounters go by faster. Even though you have to take a little bit of a time to actually go in and do it. Because you're increasing your odds of seeing a wild Pokemon, you're not going as far into the route and wasting resources and stuff. It was more efficient. I do want to do Mesprit in this game as well, but the problem is my main save files, which you're seeing the top right and the top left, I thought it was like the original. I thought it was like Platinum. So I may have killed them. Or no, it was either the original Diamond and Pearl or the original Platinum. There's some weird stuff about these games. And I believe it was these games are like Platinum. I think in original Diamond and Pearl, you could kill it and then go through the Elite Four and it would respawn in the cave, so you don't have to deal with the Professor Oak stuff. Well, these games didn't do that, so I thought it was going to be like that. So I killed it and redid the Elite Four, only to find that just makes it re-roam. So I will have to hunt it on my secondary save file on my brother's Switch, which is the bottom one. My brother's letting me borrow his Switch to do some hunting, so I can actually get decent resets. And then I do have another Brilliant Diamond file that I played on my main Switch. Got the Shiny Charm and everything. They'll probably end up hunting Mesprit as well. 33 people are here. Wow. Although one thing I do hate about short streaming is the lack of chatters. Like there are so many lurkers when it comes to short streaming, which I really do like. But at the same time, I wish more people interacted in chat, because I'll see these big numbers in these streams, but there's very little chatting going on, which I understand. A lot of time people put them on in the background and they just like listening to you talk. Okay, did we get all three of those? Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna turn the volume all the way down. But I really appreciate anyone staying here and showing up, even if you're just lurking. Although I haven't seen any of the OGs show up, which is, I'm not surprised. I don't stream often enough for the OGs to always show up. Believe Tilted Lurker, Geo. Man, Matt would be fun to hang out with if he were in chat. Although he'd probably just make fun of me the whole time, and he's been real busy with his YouTube channel and work and stuff. But if you are enjoying, I really appreciate it, If I can bring you a little bit of joy out of your day and you can just do whatever you're doing, whether it be shiny hunting, homework, just relaxing to the stream sounds and my voice, I really appreciate it, I'm glad that I can share that with you, and you can just hang out with me while I do one of my favorite hobbies. People are like, well, why do you shiny hunt? I'm like, this is why I shiny hunt. It's just a fun pastime to hang out with people, It's not about the shiny, it's about the journey and the destination. And I can just sit back, relax, and enjoy some resets while talking about my favorite things and what's going on in life and hanging out with people. That's also why I'm not a fan of Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus hunting, because I can't easily relax while streaming when I have to pay such close attention to the game. I have a hard time paying attention to those games anyways, because it's weird, like, you'd think with so much to do, you would always be engaged, but I'm more engaged resetting than I am running around in those games. Which seems stupid, but that is how my brain works. Also, it's weird that they kept the Fire Red soft reset in, but that we don't have any soft reset for any of the Switch games. Like, so you're able to soft reset now, but we're not going to give it to you in any of your games. But I guess on the Switch 2, you don't really need it. With Switch 2, the resets are so fast and the loading times are so fast where you literally don't need you wouldn't even need a soft reset. The Switch would really appreciate one, but I understand why they don't do it. Especially having been someone who has failed. For some reason, playing with a controller makes you significantly more open to failing shinies. I found that out. I was using input redirection on my 3DS. I reset over 2 Xurkitree back to back because I was using input redirection, 2 devices, 1 controller on my 3DSs. And it kind of made me understand and glad that there's not a soft reset on the Switch, because I'm not the only one who's failed shinies from the soft reset too. So, you know, I think being able to hit the home menu but not resetting will save you, because, you know, a lot of times you'll see the shiny, you'll hit the home menu, but then you'll be able to go back into the game, even though it does take a little longer. But I really do need to get Switch 2s for this if I'm going to do this whole long, you know, lots of reset hunts. But because I was so jealous, I get BDSP stuff on Reddit, because Reddit likes to send me posts when I go through certain, you know, you look at one forum one time, it's like, oh, you want a bunch of notifications from that forum, okay, and some of those aren't bad, but I occasionally get notifications from the BDSP forum about cool stuff, a lot of shinies, and recently there was someone who was saying they got shiny Giratina in 3.5 hours resetting on the Switch 2 at like 650 encounters. So they did 650 resets in 3.5 hours on one device, which means they were doing 20 to 25 second resets in BDSP, which is unreal. And I'm like, I kind of want to switch to just for resetting BDSP and Sword and Shield now, because I have a lot of reset hunts to do. Because supposedly, I think BDSP is the best improvement. Because BDSP is built in Unreal, so the extra hardware allowed them to uncap it because it was made in Unreal. So I don't know how much. I think Sword and Shield aren't as good, but they absolutely are better in terms of resets. So eventually I need to get back to Dynamax Adventures, but man, Zygarde is just kicking my ass. Like, I found a couple of decent routes, and then I catch the stuff to help me make a decent route, and I get the shiny that I had to catch, and I decided to keep it. And then I have to find a new route, and I have phased on a Lycanroc, a Grimmsnarl, a Mantike, and a Luxray for Zygarde. And that was just awful. And that video will come out eventually. I'm not sure if I want to do just the legendaries or if I want to do all the phases. I was kind of thinking we make the phases a different video. And then I can keep it the main video just the legendary reactions. Because but I guess I was due for it, because the way I've hunted legendaries makes it so the hunt goes a little longer, but a lot of times what I do is... Oh, why are you not outputting to my headphones anymore? That is weird. Hold on, I might have to fix my audio real quick. I'm not hearing my own music, which is weird. Let me make sure the audio is muted. Disconnect you. Let's make sure we connect you again. Okay, now. Okay, can you guys still hear the music, or is it... something on my audio stream broke. No, I gotta fix it. Why are these streams so much about fixing stuff? Let's see, because I just reconnected my earbuds and redid that, and it is still like, nope, we're not outputting anything. Hold on, make sure that you're muted. Bash. Plus audio to SH. Okay, you can still hear those, which is good. Reconnected me, but it's still not outputting my music. So maybe I just close you and reopen you. That is weird. It's not outputting to my headphones, and it's, I might have to stop stream and reopen. Okay, I'm back. Okay, that was quicker this time. Sorry about that. Does look like we're back. I should be able to start the timer again. Start recording again. I don't know why I just decided that it was just going to cause issues, but it looks like it's good now. Sorry about that too. That probably woke someone up. It's like, what the heck was that? Sorry about it. I haven't figured out how I can not bump my microphone. That's one of the big issues I have with the 3D printed boom is I bump it a lot, and it causes me to do stuff like that. I'm wondering, is the music too loud? I mean, it doesn't look too loud. I can't hear my voice compared to the music, so I don't know what the difference is between them. 777. Oh man, I didn't do a 6-7 joke at 6-7. Oh well, I'm not a child. I wouldn't do that to y'all. Fuck 6-7 shit. Over here, we're 420 and 69. We're not 6-7 fans. I really appreciate y'all sticking around. Here, not too long, I will have to go get some dinner and probably bring it down. I don't know if I want to mute it and eat on stream while it's muted, and you guys can kind of just, or if I stop streaming and then come back, or if I just eat and you guys have to deal with me eating. I could probably move the mic really far away. Some eating ASMR, like those fucking mukbangs. I think I already listened to this one on stream. But when I reclosed it and reopened it, it decided it would start over from a new random position. So, come on, something shine before 800. At 1600, we'll be at 2400 once they're at 800. Everybody supersonic racing, try to keep my feet right on the ground. Just supersonic racing, there's no time to look around. It'd be so cool if the Sonic movies used this one too. Like, I love that they use Live and Learn, but it would have been cool if they used some of the Sonic R soundtracks too. Because they have some really good soundtracks. I'm just gonna be quiet, let the music play. Looked like it lagged for a second there, it looks like it picked back up, so. Here's a question for y'all. Do you guys think you need the millisecond in the timer? I was seriously thinking about modifying it. I literally had ChatGPT write this up in like 20 minutes using custom text I designed so that I could have that. And I'm seriously considering removing the milliseconds and just doing the seconds. I've seen a lot of other people where they don't have the milliseconds, unless it's a speedrun timer, which this isn't a speedrun timer, which means we don't really need milliseconds, but I'm wondering, could you theoretically program your own timer and then have it cheat for you? I guess the people on speedrun.com retime everything, which is probably part of why they retime everything. Because in theory, you could adjust your timer so that it's secretly counting it faster. Even if the gameplay itself looks normal, you could spoof your timer. We're at 5 likes. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. 10 would be the goal. If we can do a stream with 10 likes, that'd be awesome. I need to do short streams more often. This is fun. I'm more professional than I used to be. I've got the 3D printed mic boom. I've got a background soundtrack. Audio's in tracked. We've got an actual decent counter with some custom text. A timer that's not bad with custom text. That was a weird flash on the bottom screen. I wonder if that was a multi-viewer, the capture card, or something on OBS's site. 20 more and we're at 2400. Don't know how long we go tonight. We're doing 210 an hour between 3 games. So in theory, we're at full odds in a little over 20 hours. Or a little under 20 hours, I believe. Of course, with the technical issues and the timer running, sometimes not, sometimes it is. I don't know how accurate it actually is. I'll have to do the math and say, well, what's my average? If I really push it out, I can do, between all 3 games, I can do 72 an hour per game. Of course, if the bottom one, if I had another copy of Brilliant Diamond, it would be faster. And if we were doing all one hunt, it would be faster. The top right's a digital game. Top left is physical. And then this one's the same digital copy, just on a different switch, which means it needs to verify it. Because for those of you who don't know, I should probably educate you, because I was surprised to find this out. You can actually turn off the game carts. So you can go back to the way it was, where it just verifies, hey, is someone using this account? But it's better than it was before because it doesn't check per game anymore. Well, it does check per game. But what I mean by that is it doesn't check per account anymore. So like I can be playing one game on this account and then I can play a different game on the same account. Before, if any account were on that, this would not work. And it still won't work if they're both on the internet. But part of the way you bypass that all the time was just having one of them not on the internet. And then, so the mix of the game key cards plus being able to turn it off, with it being modified slightly, is really good. I like it. I know a lot of people complained about it, but it fixed a lot of the issues I had, like the Scarlet and Violet DLC, the Sword and Shield DLC, where I play on the same account. So even though one's one game, one's another game, because I was using both DLCs, sorry about that again. Because I was using both DLCs, it would have an issue, and it would want me to verify, and they'd have issues connecting together for Dynamax Adventures and stuff like that. And that whole game keycard fixed it, because I can have one game keycard on one game keycard on the other Switch, and then they don't interfere with each other anymore. So I think it could be more elegant. I do not like that. I don't like that I can't share it with people. Like, I did buy I bought the family plan so I can share with my brother, so that he can kind of play some of my games, because I've got a digital Mario Party, a couple other digital games, like a bowling game. Switch Sports is digital as well. But I don't like that you can only share it for 15 days. I think that it's weird that you're going to make me pay more for the online subscription for the family plan, and then I can only give it to them for 15 days, and I can only have one main Switch and one primary Switch. It's like, the whole point of it is to make sure, hey, only one person can play this at a time on this console. So I don't see why we're limited on how many consoles we can play it. Because the whole point of the thing is to say, hey, we're going to double check every time and see, does this game exist on this console, so that you can play it and let any user on that console play it, not just the main owner of it, which that was one of the things I really liked about it, was having multiple Switches, being able to say, hey, go pick up my second Switch. I've still got the digital Mario Party on it. I'll keep playing my main one. You can use that one. And again, the whole user thing doesn't become a problem anymore. And I do like that we can share it still. I just don't like that it's only for a limited amount of time, and that it's not as easy with the 2 Switches. It's nice and easy. I literally loaded up on one Switch, and it's like, hey, since these 2 are connected, we'll just grab this one, yoink it over from the one to the other. As long as they're both online, it works. Oh, I got a cough. Sorry about that. I had to cough again. But I did get all my hotkeys set up, so in theory I can change layouts. But I don't have a different layout for the shorts because I don't see a point in it. I do have a different layout for the mainstream, so. Any bets to anyone want to say? Do you think we'll get it today? What odds do you think we'll get it at? Anything good? 5 lights. That's good. I don't think we'll get it today. I think that I'm due for a longer hunt, and it's gonna take a while. Although not as long as Shaman. I did the Shaman glitch years ago when it was still available. I grinded encounters for that Shaman. I was seeing everybody get theirs. My friend Way got his in I think it was like under 150 encounters. Meanwhile, I'm hunting it 10 hours a day. I'm over 8,000 encounters, still didn't get it, and then they updated it, and I accidentally updated my game. I do have the event, but I don't want to, eventually I'll go back and hunt it, but I can only hunt it on one game because the stupid bastards decided we're going to make these limited time events again. I really hope that with BDSP we will get those events like with what they did in Fire Red and Leaf Green, where they're just going to be. I really hope we get the same events where they're just going to be. They're just going to give them out to you again. I think it'd be a really cool update to just give those out. Which is honestly one of the coolest things they did in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I wasn't sure how they were going to do it. I thought they were going to do it just like BDSP, where they're going to distribute the events eventually. Nope. They just straight up included them. At the end of the game, they give you the Aurora ticket and the one for Ho and Lugia, which means that if they do the same thing for Ruby and Sapphire, we'll get the Mew as well, which will be really cool. An official way to shiny hunt Mew, no glitches or anything. I still want to hunt it in Gen 1 eventually, using the digital 3DS games, because I have been modifying the software. So in theory, I can double hunt digitally streaming on 2 3DSs at the same time with a decent quality. I had some issues doing higher quality streaming with 2 of them, so I went back and rewrote a lot of the PC receiving application, where it, instead of drawing a pix map, it uses a library called QImage, where it generates an image, and then instead of using the CPU to generate the image, it uses a GPU rendering engine. And then I added packet verification as well, because it seems like the 2 of them, even though they were completely separate, they are separate IPs sending on the same port to different port and IP configurations. The packets would still intermingle in the application, so that seemed to help. And then the other thing that helped is getting a second Wi-Fi adapter and just running 2 hotspots, one to each of them, each one. And then yeah, that helps stream pretty stable, pretty high percentage. And the other thing I did is I added a new kind of filter to it, because it has a bilinear filter in it, and I'm not a huge fan of the bilinear filter, so I added a like smoothing effect that I like a little better in terms of quality. It just does a little bit of modification when you have something that big, because in OBS, I can't show you guys how big it is since this is the short stream, but the 3DS screen is so small. But in OBS, if you want it to take up a large portion of the screen, you have to upscale it. So part of that was figuring out how do we make it look better when scaled upwards, and I changed that around and then applied a filter to it that makes it look pretty decent when it's like, I think my layout, I didn't do full screen because I don't want to scale it that big. To get it to fill that much, it probably have to be 4 to 5 times the size. I think my layout uses around 3.5 times the size. It's a little less than that, but I scale it to 3.5 in the application and shrink it in OBS, because that's the best way to do it, is to have it the biggest it can be within OBS, or have it be the biggest it can be inside of your input, and then scale it down inside of OBS. Instead of, you could do it the other way and say have it be small and upscale in OBS, but OBS doesn't do very good upscaling. It does pretty good downscaling though. So in playing with it, that's what I did. Oh, my dinner's here, so I'm gonna go get a plate real quick. You guys can enjoy the music while I get some dinner and bring it down here.
Front, left.
I can't believe I forgot to stop the timer while getting food. We're at 6 likes. Thank y'all very much for those. I'm gonna move my mic out of the way a little bit and do some eating. I don't know if I'll do any encounters while I eat, but I think I may give it a try. The audio, if we get it while I'm eating, it'll be crazy. Chinese food, lovely. Fried rice, orange chicken, teriyaki chicken, and other chickens. Lots of chicken. Guess I can do an encounter reset and then while I'm waiting eat some food. That seems like a good way to do this. Also, I am going to turn the timer off for a bit. Just to catch back up. Then we hit the home menu for those two. That one and that one. Close. Open. And now we eat. This is really good teriyaki. I don't even think you guys can hear me chew because of my filter, so that's good. Do that one, that one. I'll do one-handed hunting for now. Yummy. Do you? Do you? On you. Reset you, reset you, reset you. X close, X close, X close. Open, open, open. And there we go. I like this. It's hard to believe how many people just show up and stay and listen to my rambling. Gotta plug my phone in real quick. Well, I guess I can talk about my 3D printed monitor mount too, where I wanted to shiny hunt while watching stuff on my phone, but I didn't want to have to look up at the monitor and down at the phone, and up at the monitor and down at the phone. So I found a pretty decent phone mount for monitors, and it was designed to go into a specific monitor mount. And I have an Asus monitor, and I thought it'd be the same because it was an Acer. They're slightly different sizes, so I just used some double-sided adhesive to stick it to the back. And so far it's stayed while hunting, so. Which is always good. I'd really appreciate if we could get to 10 likes. That'd be my goal tonight. But you're not obligated to do anything. Enjoy. I appreciate people just stopping in and hanging out. I'm not going to try and make anyone do anything, and you know, I'm not a dick. You're a human being with free will. Did I double check that one? I think I did. Oh. Man, if I didn't want to reveal the area I lived, I would totally tell you guys the place that has this food. But since it would basically reveal where I live, and I guess it wouldn't matter to any of you because if you don't live in this area anyways, you wouldn't be able to try it, so. But It's really good, authentic food. Like, it's the kind of authentic where you can tip them in cash, and you probably know they're not reporting it as income. It's that kind of authentic. No Dialga, no Palkia, no Giratina. It's nice to have that many people on a Saturday. I think I'm just going to leave the timer off until I finish eating. It'll probably correct itself for all the technical difficulties and the time I spent on while I was doing other stuff and getting food, water, and stuff. Seems Alan. My stomach says no, don't eat any more, but my mouth says yes, eat plenty more. So I'm gonna listen to my mouth and say I'm gonna eat plenty more. I think I counted that one, right? No, Dialga wasn't it, right? No, I'm second guessing myself. That is one hell of a filter. You can't even hear the fork or the chewing or anything. You can only hear the speaking, which is great. I only got a few pieces of chicken left, and then I'll be done eating, and we can get to the full grind. I hate when I accidentally move sideways, and it's like, oh, sorry, you moved sideways. Now we have to take time to correct your character. And because we had to correct your character, the reset's going to take longer. I like the idea of being at 800 and turning the timer back on. Sure. Yeah. Or we figure out what I should be at 12 hours, and then we get the timer at 12 hours and catch up to where I should be at. Assuming 72 an hour, roughly. I like that. That sounds like a better plan. Just, catch you up to where we should be in 12 hours, and then we'll set that as a theoretical rate. I kind of like hunting with one hand. It's a little slower, but I can do one game, 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 instead of mashing the buttons with multiple each hand. You, and you. You, and you. We are officially one away from 800, which is 2,400 encounters. Let's see, 72 times 3 is 226. Or 216. Officially at 800. Oh, don't tell me. Really? It's low battery? I had it charging. I guess I'll swap which Joy-Con set I'm using. Give me 1 sec. I gotta swap which Joy-Cons are paired with this Switch so I can just change sets. And hopefully this one's been sitting for a bit, so hopefully it doesn't drift. Although it could very well just be wrong about it being low battery. I've literally had that happen where it was completely wrong about how low the battery was. So it doesn't look like it drifts anymore. I've had some minor drifting issues with these Joy-Cons, but every time I just clean them and they clean right back up. Anyways, I was doing some math. We were going to do 72 times 3 multiplied by 12 hours. And then divide that by 3. We should be at 864 encounters to catch up with the timer. So I think we just do some encounters and catch up to where the timer should be. Because I have lost time due to troubleshooting and stuff. Oh, are you? Don't tell me you're dead too. You're supposed to be charged. I'm going to switch to a Pro Controller. This says you're charged. There it goes. We have 72 by 3. That's per hour per game. Times 12 hours, this is where we're at. Divided by 3 per game is 864 per game. Then we'll go back to, you'll get you going. You to walk forward. Normally it's the other way around. Wait, did you disconnect again? Come on, you turd. I thought we were finally done with the technical difficulties, but Joy-Con said no. Which is kind of ridiculous. It said it was fully charged. Weird. Maybe it's just an issue with the game not connecting, keeping them connected. Apparently it doesn't like that. Oh, those ones are still on even though they're on charge? That was my problem. Apparently it still likes the other ones are connected. That makes more sense. There we go, that's fixed. That makes sense. That is weird. I did not know that the official Nintendo charger did that. Apparently it does not disconnect them when you put them on charge. I haven't checked chat in a while. I apologize if you did start chatting, but it doesn't look like anyone's here. This is basically just a me rambling stream while everybody just enjoys listening in. I'm almost done with dinner. It took me a little longer because I stopped to troubleshoot. Did it freeze again? It looks like it froze again. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. I might need to run that by the GPT. Be like, yeah, I like your new settings, but for some reason it freezes. Also, got to reconnect my earbuds. For some reason, it's not outputting to them anymore. So we got to fix that. Ubuntu has some Bluetooth and audio problems that I kind of fix sometimes, but then when I update stuff, it breaks again. I really need to update to 2404 because supposedly those are fixed, but I don't really want to. I like 22 better, even if it has some minor quirks. Part of me says go out for more, and part of me says no. I should not eat more. There's a lot of rice, a lot of chicken, a lot of fried stuff. But my brain says it's so good, I want you to eat more. That is dinner officially done. I don't know if this is going to bother anyone, but I always I chew xylitol gum after eating. So I'm going to chew some gum and you'll be able to hear me chewing gum when I talk. I hope it's not too much of a problem for people. All right, let's get back into some decent hunting, shall we? Chin, vámonos. Good. I feel like that's good. That feels like a right spot. Another question is, should I start the timer and stop it again, or should I wait? I think the answer to that is let's start the timer, get it to 12 hours, and then pause it while we catch up to where we're supposed to be from all the issues. Because this is not a, hey, this is 50 hours, goofing off and troubleshooting. This is a 50-hour shiny hunting. So if we weren't shiny hunting, it doesn't count towards the timer. So we can take our average and we can say, yep, that's where we should be approximately. It won't be entirely accurate, but it'll be close enough for numbers purposes. Yeah, it's good to have two hands back. One hand just wasn't quite enough for shiny hunting efficiently. We're officially at 6 likes, and I really appreciate that. No Ambi. Maybe I text Ambi, see what he's up to. So if he wants to jump in VC. I do have desktop audio recording, so you guys would be able to hear him. Oh, that would also require me to fix my audio real quick. Oh, it froze. Oh, didn't take too long to recover that time. That's good. After this encounter, I'm going to take a second to fix my audio output to see if it'll output to my headphones properly again. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to mute you. And put you back in. Back in, please. You're back in. Connect you real quick. Come on, connect real quick. No, it doesn't want to connect. Of course it doesn't. Wait, did it connect? Oh, it did connect. Now we just need to fix... See if this will work? Oh, now you guys won't be able to hear it because it's not properly outputting. Quit you, run you again. I need to stop stream real quick and you're gonna be you. You're gonna be good on desktop audio. I'm gonna go ahead and try to connect to you. I am gonna disconnect you from my phone so that doesn't cause any issues. I'll just mute that on the stream. Alright, let's test it real quick. Test that.
Front. Right.
Open rhythm box. Stream music. And hit. There we go. I can hear it again. Leave that open in case we need it. Start recording. And we are back, everyone. I know most people dipped, so I appreciate those who stayed. And we're going to continue hunting. Oh, I do need to get the counters and stuff back open. So if you'll give me a moment to do that, I will do that real quick. Almost forgot to do that. I would have been bad. I'm like, the counters aren't updating. Why aren't they updating? It's like, oh yeah, you have to run the Python script you wrote. Okay, we're gonna go active counts. 3. Giratina. Palkia. Dialga. Oh shoot. I'm gonna have to just I realized I didn't save that before I restarted the machine, so I'm just gonna set it to 8 or 12. And then so I'll just make a new preset. Create new, call it BDSP extra. We'll do 12 0 0 0 0 0. We'll load it real quick. Okay, hold on. I apologize for the I apologize for the ear rape. I did not realize how loud the music was for some reason. It reset my settings. I did not. I was like, why is it louder? It reset my program settings for the audio. So I'll have to get that refigured out. How's that, everyone? Is that okay? I apologize. I didn't notice that sooner. I think it needs to go up a little bit, like right there. And then we need to do you, open you. Okay. And then we need to reset you here. Oh no, you guys are seeing my desktop. Oh no, my messy desktop. I hate that it does that. Oh well, here we are. Timer's back. We're gonna spend time getting to where we should be at 12 hours. Man, that caught back up really quick. Everybody dipped and now everyone's back. I don't know if it's the same group of people or a different group of people, but we'll find out. I still think the music audio might be a little loud. We'll turn it down on this side instead. It's also the Minecraft soundtracks are very loud compared to some of the other ones. So. I also need a new piece of gum. So yeah, we're going to go to 800 something, and then from there, we are going to start the timer again. So we're going to go to 864, and then that's where we should be at 12 hours without the technical issues and the stopping and starting and stuff. So that is where we will start the timer again. I'm going to grab another piece of gum real quick, and then the grind begins. Let the grind begin. Just where the mic is a little too. That feels about right. I really need to finish redesigning a counterweight for this so it doesn't lean to the right so much, or lean to the left, I guess. Would be correct, not lean to the right. Well, the counterweight will lean it back to the right, but right now it's leaning too far left because it's a giant lever, and the designer didn't have very good tolerances, so they left everything a bit loose. So I need to increase the tolerances so stuff isn't loose, and potentially print a counterweight to act as a counter lever so that it's not leaning as far. It's not a huge problem so far, but it'll fix it. So another Minecraft one so quickly. Is this still random? It should still be random. Oh well, if we go in order for once, it'll be fine. It'll just be a lot of the same soundtracks all at once. Man, I do like these mic filters that I found that someone recommended. I mean, you can't hear me chew, you can't hear swallow, you can't hear fans, you can't hear the keyboard, you can't hear the buttons on the controllers. It is nice. It is a bit more CPU intense, but if you configure your settings correctly, it works okay. Like, I don't know if I've said this to the new people in stream. I still have pretty old hardware because I don't have the budget to upgrade. So I just optimized it. So I'm running Ubuntu 22.04 on an AM3 CPU with an RX 470 GPU, and I don't know what motherboard it uses. And I bought this machine years ago for a way discount, because the guy built it with high-end parts, but he didn't know what he was doing, and he was kind of an idiot because he did a high-end motherboard, a decent CPU at the time, and a pretty decent the 470 is a middle-of-the-road GPU at the time. But he only put 8 gigs of really expensive RAM in it instead of doing quality RAM for, 16 to 32 gigs. So I've upgraded that since then. He also used regular... He didn't even use regular Heart HDDs. He used some weird drive, so that was converted. At first, it was converted to... I converted to a hard drives, and now I've got an SSD. This is too old to run an NVMe... It's too old to run a M.2 drive, even with a converter, so I just ran... And that's, I think I've spent the most money on, is drives, because I've had drives fail, but I think that would happen on any machine, not just this one. And then I've put $50 into a new case, I've put like $50 into a cooler, a little bit into some fans, so basically when things go on sale and cheapen up, I upgrade this machine while I can. What I've been really tempted to do is, this motherboard supports an AM3 Plus CPU as well. And the one he put in it was an AM3 because when it came out, it was before the AM3 was really big. So I've been really tempted to, there's some resellers on eBay that sell pretty low mileage AM3 Plus CPUs that would fit in this, depending on which one you go with. And I've been really tempted to get an AM3 Plus CPU and drop it in. It would double the cores, and it would keep this machine going for a while. But with what I do, I may want to finally upgrade to a newer machine and just deal with it. And I should have upgraded before the RAM issues, because my dad was building a machine. He's like, hey, we can order the parts. I'm like, I'll just stick with mine for now. And so that's actually part of when he got this case, because the case he built his machine when it all went on sale, and he got like cheaper parts. And this case is actually a really good case for a really good price. So he got 2 of them. And I was thinking about it sat for a while because I wasn't sure if I'd build one or transfer my machine. Eventually, we just decided, you know what? Go with the fans, get a little bit better cooler, put it in this case, and for $100 upgrade to an older machine, it wasn't bad at all. The next biggest thing I did is I did upgrade to 32 gigs of DDR3. The 8 gigs just wasn't cutting it. Everything was so bad. Basically, I started by switching to Ubuntu when I couldn't do what I wanted with it. A few years ago. God, it must have been. It was before I even graduated high school. So I've been running Ubuntu on this machine now for 4 or 5 years, something like that, maybe even a little longer. But that's when I switched, was probably 4 or 5 years ago. And then from there, I just started upgrading things that needed upgrading. I don't remember, one of the things we've discussed is whether or not I had to replace the power supply, because I don't remember if the guy underpowered it or not. I think we did have to replace the power supply. It's still a bit underpowered. I think it's a 500 watt power supply, but I've never pushed it to its limit. So, and with the cost of a new power supply, you might as well just start building a new machine. But what I think is, when I do upgrade a machine, this one can be used for something older. I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe a decent server machine, like Minecraft servers and stuff, or something like that. I'm also not sure if I'll get a new case if I build another one, or transfer this machine to another new case and then put this stuff in another new case. But it was a CyberPower pre-build. It was pretty nasty. I shared it on the internet one time when I was troubleshooting. People were like, you know, isn't that case too small? And I realized, yeah, for what I had, that case was too small. It only had one fan in the front, one fan in the back, and a couple... It had the side fans and fans on the top, but it was not well suited for cooling the machine, and it was like a dust magnet. If I could, I would show you images of what it looked like. Like, if I didn't clean it regularly, it would lag and have issues because it would overheat from all the damn dust. The dangers of living in a desert. With this one, I do really like how this case has really good dust filters. So you just pull them out and clean them every so often. Wait, why did I go to online? That was weird. Yeah, that was weird. You can see fire red and leaf green there tempting me. It's like, you know you want a shiny hunt and fire red and leaf green. I'm like, no, I gotta finish BDSP stuff first. Sorry about catching that. Usually I try and mute before I cough. That's where the mute hotkey is very helpful though, is when you're coughing and stuff. Is this Snow Point City? I think it is, isn't it? Then the question is, do I elevate this to 100 hours? If it is, you know, if full odds, if shiny charm doesn't work and we have to go full odds, then it's one shiny in about 20 hours, which would mean if we did 50, we'd have 2, assuming we went to odds. Which means, is that really worth one video, or do we elevate it to 100 and do 5 shinies? It would take longer to record, but I think it'd be worth it. I do have to do some editing for my auto channel too. I edited it, and then the blend file got corrupted, because I use Blender as my video editor, which some of you are going to cringe at, but I have not found another decently stable, easy to use video editor on Ubuntu. There's a bunch of them, but they're not easy to use, and they're not always stable. Although, I should retry some of them, because one of the reasons that I had issues was because my CMOS battery was dead, and I didn't know it. So my CMOS battery was dead for a long-ass time, and I was having issues rendering and doing all this stuff because the BIOS settings were reset. Because if your CMOS battery saves your BIOS settings, so my BIOS settings weren't optimized, and it was causing issues, and I didn't know it. Which is when I had a lot of those applications and played around with them. But I've really taken a liking to Blender video editing. It takes a bit to get used to, but it's a really good video editor once you're used to it. There are some issues I have with it, but nothing too bad. Ba ba dum ba da 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 da. Ba ba dum ba da dum ba da dum ba da 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 dum bum. Seems like the max I'm gonna get is close to 40, which I'm okay with. An average of 30 people being here is not bad. I mean, if you stream for a few hours with 30 people, then that's 30 minutes per person, which gives you a watch time of, what is it? This math should be easy. Quite a decent amount of hours. And apparently there are people who click on these after they're ended, which I don't know. Like, I have like 0.5 watch time hours, which means there was 30 minutes of people who've clicked on this after I was done streaming, which seems weird. Or maybe I ended the stream and there were people who were like asleep and it kept listening to them and counted those or something. More nostalgia. Man, this makes me really want to start some Gen 2 hunts. Seems like we're averaging around 33 people. I would really appreciate getting to 10 likes though. We hit 6 or 7 the other day and that's where it peaked out. So if you're here, if you're willing to interact, consider leaving a like or subscribing. Getting to 600 subscribers before March would be awesome too. I believe we are 4 away or something like that. Oh, we're only 3 away. Someone has subscribed today. Well, I really appreciate it. I didn't get a notification, so it must be that your stuff was turned off. But if you did subscribe today, let me know, and I really appreciate it. I believe we were only at 596 after last stream, so that's good. I got some big plans for these games, like big videos. Yeah, we'll get to 840. 840 seems more reasonable. We won't assume the 72 an hour. Even though I probably could. It's probably closer to 70 an hour with all the hiccups rather than the maximum of 72 an hour. And then we'll start the timer again. I still don't know what city this is. On my soundtrack it says Hiyuin City from Black and White. Oh, yes, I do. It's Pastoria, I believe, isn't it? Is Pastoria the big one that's resembling New York? Or Manhattan? I guess it's technically Manhattan. What region was Hoenn based on? Kanto and Johto are regions of Japan. And they're right next to each other. Then I know... I don't know what Gen 4 is based off of, actually. I don't know what Gen 3 or Gen 4 is based off of. I don't remember. Which is weird with how much time I've spent on them. But I've probably spent the most time in Gen 5. I mean, I've played through the Gen 5 games so many times. I'm actually currently working on my full living decks. And everything's still in Gen 4. I got the Gen 3 living decks, the Gen 1 stuff. Basically, I played through my Ruby and Sapphire, caught everything, transferred it all up. Bred what I needed to in Diamond and Pearl. Same with Gen 1 stuff. I don't remember what game I caught them in, but I've got Gens 1, 2, 3, and 4 pretty much already done in my Gen 4 game. I just need to transfer it up and get the Gen 5 stuff going. The good thing is, as long as it stays in PKSM, I can transfer it up and down, so I can still use it to get living dexes in my shiny hunting files. Not that I need the star, but the star is pretty cool to have on your save file. This is... I always think this is Kokiri Forest, but it's the Lost Woods. I haven't played those Zelda games. The only Zelda games I've played are Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Technically, I played Wind Waker, but I didn't finish Wind Waker on the Wii. Driftveil City, best OST in Black and White. Changed my mind. Maybe Nimbasa City, but Nimbasa City is probably the close second. Let's see, at 840 we're 25. We're almost at 2,500. No, we're at 2620 at 840. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-da-da-da. Wonder how everyone else is doing in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Maybe I pull up their stream and see how everyone else's stream is doing for their Fire Red and Leaf Green. I know Catherine got her starter. Eternal got his. I think I saw a post from Blue that said he got his as well. It actually has people arguing online about whether or not the odds are actually the same or whether they lowered them, because they pretty clearly modified the game pretty significantly, where they added the events at the end. They changed that you couldn't name your rival and yourself. They changed nicknaming. They changed the trading to make it network. So it really does make you wonder if you'll be able to. I forgot what I was talking about. I'm good at that. I am running out of things to talk about. I can only ramble on for so long in one day. Maybe we just sit and relax for a while. Sit, relax, enjoy the music. Let's see what comes on. Little Root Town. Not the most exciting, but oopsies. That's the first time I've hit the bag instead of A. Normally it's the other way around. I hit one of the other buttons instead. Well, right, this is original OG Little Root Town. Real question is, are they going to put Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald on the Switch? Or is it just going to be Fire Red and Leaf Green? Because we did get the remakes already. But Fire Red and Leaf Green had, well, I guess Red, Blue, and Yellow had remakes on the Switch. Well, Yellow, it's more accurate to say Yellow. Let's Go is based off of Yellow more than anything else. And they weren't really faithful because they change a bunch of stuff around. But Ruby and Sapphire aren't stupidly expensive. Emerald is. So. But it would also give us access to a legit shiny huntable Mew, which would be awesome. To be able to transfer one out of it and into actual games. Because you can hunt it in Gen 1, but you can't transfer it out easily without triggering some flags that they don't want you to. Since there was never an official way to encounter it, they don't treat it as an encounter unless you make it an event. Because they did some event distributions for it. I don't understand the whole Mew thing, because it's like, if it wasn't in the game, then how can I have a glitch that makes it show up? Like, did they add it back to the digital versions, or can you do that on the original too? And if you can do it on the original, like, it's just weird how... But I think it showed up in the Pokedex, so I don't know. I haven't played enough Gen 1 to know how Mew is treated. Every time this OST comes on, it's like, I think of Jack Black now. But... I'd really like a shiny game. Would it kill you to give me a shiny? It's only 9 o'clock. We can do this for another couple hours, and then I'll probably have to shower and get some bed. Do we stop at 1200 for stream tonight, or do we keep going? I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of people here just listening in, so... Imagine we get a shiny during Can We Feel the Sunshine? That'd be great. As I say that, shiny shows up, first encounter. Maybe I just need to say every shiny is the first encounter, even though it's not the first encounter. Seems to work for everyone else. You know, you say first encounter, it's actually first encounter. I would never get lucky enough to get a first encounter legendary. Can you feel the sunshine? Come on. We got like 3 minutes to get a shiny during Can You Feel the Sunshine? I was also considering whether or not I hunt the Regis, because I do want to do Regigigas in this game. So I was debating, do we hunt Regirock, Registeel, and Regice in this game as well before we do Regigigas? I think that'd be fun to do. Maybe for its own standalone thing, just getting the Regis in this game. Or I can, you know, catch them and then just do the Regigigas, which is the other part of it. Can you feel the sunshine? Can you feel the sunshine? I don't know. Is that something you guys would like to see? Someone doing the Regis all in BDSP? I've seen all of the Regis done in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and then they go for the Regigigas. Oh, that was a little weirder because you either had to transfer them up from Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, which is part of why I caught all of them on my Ruby, Sapphire, and Emeralds to do the Regigigas in Diamond and Pearl eventually. But I'm seriously debating restarting my Diamond and Pearl files again once I get the living decks done, so that I can hunt the starters. But after seeing, I think Arlie's luck, I think Arlie was doing a shiny playthrough on Diamond and Pearl. I don't know if I want to put myself through Briefcase Simulator. I'll get everything else in Diamond and Pearl, but Briefcase Simulator, no thank you. But eventually my brain's going to be like, you know, you can handle Briefcase Simulator. Just get a couple more copies of the game, you know? I think I'm going to have 2 DSs that can record with the TV out. And then I was working on another project that I do want to continue eventually this year. I had to take a break from it. It annoyed me. I guess I can talk about it on stream. I don't see any issues. I mean, someone actually did something similar when I was projecting it, which is part of why I stopped. They didn't do everything I wanted to do, but basically the idea was take a DS capture card, just hook it up to the motherboard, and then rather than having it in the DS stuff, you hook it up to a Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi runs the streaming software for the thing, and then you can connect a controller to it as well. And that was the basis of it. And someone did it for the 3DS with a dock, which I thought about doing a dock, but the reason that I don't think I can do a dock is because I want to do the touchscreen and microphone inputs as well, which ended up becoming a little more complicated. And I got stuck at the touchscreen is where it really was. But maybe I switch gears from, you know, maybe we see if we can't get actual microphone audio into it next. What I wanted to do was actually take microphone from a controller that has microphone support and take it into the game after connecting it. But I don't even think I got the controller code where I wanted it, because it needs to auto connect and have a bunch of shit that it does and handle disconnect, and it wasn't able to do that really well. Which is part of why I'm seriously considering just hooking up an ESP32 in the case instead for the controller support, because I imagine that I could absolutely handle the code stuff if I use like BluePad, which is what I'm doing for the DS Lites, is BluePad 32. Well, it was what I was going to use before I found out that the smaller Arduinos that you can use with the ESP32s, they're extremely limited in how many devices they can connect. So they can only have one controller connected at a time, and they can't that specific one can only have one peripheral and one central unit, or master and slave if you're not a pussy. So what I'm thinking now is I may have to get a little bit larger of an ESP32. That's weird. It's only the third switch that's doing it. Or is it all of them? Get out from under my desk, please, dogs. You're causing issues with the power. Get out from under there. There we go. Did the dogs fix it? Yeah, the dog must have been playing with the cables a little bit, and it was like, nope. Anyways, we're almost to the point where we can start the timer again. Might take a little break from hunting at 12 hours, too. Just listen to some Minecraft music. Get out from under there! Go on! You cannot be under my desk. Thank you. Thank you. Come again. You're welcome to lay over there, not under the desk. One more encounter, and we're where we should be for 12 hours, so. Sorry if that got loud from yelling at the dog. But it does suck that we're stuck at 5 likes or 6 likes or whatever it is. Again, if you are here and you're enjoying, please consider leaving a like to boost it in the algorithm a little bit more. I'd like to see average viewership above 40 if possible, and a few more likes, maybe 10 if possible. And I'd really appreciate it if you did. And if you're willing to subscribe for more Shiny content, go watch, or, you know, to watch previous Shiny content or what I have featured, consider doing so as well. I've got lots planned. And we're officially where we should be. What do you want, Zipper? You voluntarily came in here with me. Oh. Sorry, I'm just playing on my computer for a bit. I'll be back to shiny hunting in a moment. Just, you know. Can you feel the sunshine? Is it lagging all of a sudden? That'd be weird if it suddenly started. Maybe it's because I was clicked out of OBS and didn't like it. Huh. That's interesting. If I click out of OBS, it lags too. That might have been my problem the whole damn time. When I click out of OBS, it has issues. Well, probably part of it. let me share some data with you, because part of this is data calculation as I go. Let's say if the shiny charm worked, we would have an 84% chance to have seen a shiny by now, and a 16% chance that we would not have seen one, which is around 1 in 6 hunts. And then if it were full odds, we would have had a 46% chance to see a shiny by now. But the 16% chance wouldn't be too bad. 16% events is around 1 in 6. So that's the data so far. Let me fix the counters real quick. We'll do 4, 5, 4, 5. Now let's keep going. Perfect timing to keep going. There's this experiment. Oh, I almost forgot to start the timer again. Alright, timer start. Come on, if there's any time to get a shiny, it's during supersonic racing. Everybody supersonic racing. Try to keep your feet right on the ground. Ignoring some of my terrible singing. Sometimes I just need to sing terribly. I can sing better when I'm not sick, but sometimes I just like to sing horribly. I think we can go to 900 tonight. I think ideally we go if I can go for another 2 hours, that'd be 11:30. That would put us almost at 3,000. Or we go to shiny. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Me and the circle of friends singing to get a shiny. Wonder what kind of song would summon a shiny. Probably one of Absol's videos where he does parodies. I bet one of those would summon a shiny. Oh, is it lagging? It looks like it's lagging again. I wonder wave streaming. I wonder if I can. Also, I wonder if I am able to legitly raid someone yet, or if it's or if I still have to do it manually. I think I still have to do it manually. I don't think I can raid someone. Not that there's anyone here to help with the raid, because I bet everyone would kind of just disperse. They wouldn't join the raid. I mean, maybe they would. Come on, we got a little bit of to go. Come on. Can we do one more encounter before Supersonic Racing ends? I'd be okay with a shiny during Minecraft stuff. I wonder how Zero gets so many interactions. I mean, I know he's generally funnier than me. Like, I showed up to a stream one time and he started with a banger. And he rips on people. It's just funny. I think I may take an Advil, see if it helps with some sick stuff. Might be a little loud, but that's okay. I don't think anyone's against a little bit of Minecraft music. If there's anyone against Minecraft music, raise your hand now or forever hold your peace. Talking plenty. If there's anyone who's lurking, what would you like me to talk about? What would you like me to say? What would you like to listen to? I'm kind of at my end of rope for the night and talking. Discord. What's that? Yeah, we'll probably only go for 13 hours tonight. On 10:30 Mountain Time. That'll give me enough time to shower, get to bed. This Minecraft soundtrack is longer than I thought it was. It's been going, what, 3-4 resets? Imagine we're measuring soundtracks in time by the number of resets we can get done during a specific soundtrack. Now that's nerdy right there. $850. Let's go, chat. How long is streaming going for? So an average of 30 people for 3 hours is 60 minutes per person. Yeah, that's 180 per person. 180 times 30. That's 5,400 minutes of watch time. Which translates to 90 hours. That doesn't seem right for a short. Maybe it is. So we got 30 people here. 3 hours for 3 hours. So we got 30 times 3 hours. That is 90 watch hours, yep. That's not bad at all. You need to do 40 of those streams to get monetized. I think short streaming absolutely makes monetization significantly more viable and membership significantly more viable. Seriously tempted to switch to double hunting, go to wormhole legendaries or something. Let's see, what would I still need? I'd still need ultra beasts, but I'm in the middle of getting those. You could random encounter for it, but the problem is those. There's such a low percentage. What? You get so many encounters so much faster. This one's Burbank City, I think, right? Guess that soundtrack with your host, Professor Merrill. That could be a really fun game show, actually. Name that soundtrack. I was doing that with my friend the other day. He was playing music in the background. I was like, you know, I can name most of these. I'm sure everybody knows what this one is. If you played the right generation of Pokemon and you bred a lot of eggs for the Masuda method, you know this city better than any. And that is good old Lumio City, where everyone hatched all their eggs because you could easily go in a circle. Unless you're playing Oros, in which case you were dum-dum. Because who wants to play Oros when X and Y is a thing? JK, Oros is great. Love them both. Love all of Gen 6. Screw Gen 6 haters. Except for Legend ZA. Legend ZA being a Gen 6 game. You know, Gen 6 remake or whatever you want to call it. Or spin-off or whatever. Not good. It tarnishes the Gen 6 legacy. Bum bum ba da 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 ba da ba na 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 na. Wow, it really is. It was almost 100 watch hours just from one stream last time. That is crazy. I believe this is Driftville City again, just the same one, just on a little bit. I've got the Japanese one and the regular one on this playlist for some reason. I don't mind though, it's a good soundtrack. Made for a lot of good memes. Still makes for good memes. Gen 5 music memes are great. But I feel like what we need is a lot of Gen 3 memes at the moment, you know. Good old Fire Red and Leaf Green music and mechanic memes. Bum ba da dum ba da 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 dum ba da dum bum. "45 more minutes and then we'll be done with stream for a while." Bum bum bum. Ba da 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 da. Will we get a shiny in the next 45 minutes before 13 hours? Let's see if we get to we'll get to over 900. If we get to over 900, we're 2700. Ooh, this one is Eterna Forest. I know this one. I haven't spent a lot of time in Eterna Forest. I've never done an Eterna Forest shiny hunt other than Poker Radar. I do know a lot of people who've done full odds ones with Sherry, but that is obnoxious for me. It's hard. But I did find out that even using a repel trick, you can get 150 random encounters in this game per hour. So it's really good for random encounter hunting. And that was with a repel trick. So without a repel trick, you could probably do more. Or with sweet scent, you're probably more. So random encounter hunting in this game, even if it's full odds, isn't bad at all. You'd be, let's see, 20 would be 3,000. So it'd be, let's see, how long would it take if you had to go to full odds for one game for random encounter? 150 an hour, which means at 10 hours you're 1,500, 20 hours you're 3,000, which means it'd be 26 and a half hours, something like that, close to that, for a shiny. If you did one game. Split that between 3. If you go to odds, you are at odds in 7, 8 hours. No, 8.5. Okay, more like 8, almost 9 hours. Not quite 9 hours. With 3 games, getting to full odds. Not bad at all. I like BDSP hunting. It's pretty fun. Since nothing is shiny locked and you can get a bunch of encounters, plus the radar is fun. I was actually really tempted to race someone, be like, hey, you go to your poker radar, you get 1 game, I get 3. See how many shinies you can get. See if you can get to a chain of 40 in the amount of time it takes me to get to full odds. Because some of those chains to 40, they take a long time. I gotta mute for a second. I'm gonna sneeze. I did not, in fact, sneeze, which is weird. I still like the urge to sneeze, but I'm not sneezing, and it's weird. But I can't force myself to sneeze, which is... 6 sucks. Another Minecraft. What was this one? I think this is literally just named Minecraft in the files I've got. You're Elijah. I don't know why that showed up. I don't think I pushed down all the way on that. Yep, I didn't. Come on, Shiny. Where are you at, boy? Where are you at, boy? Huh? Getting real close to 3,000. Part of me just wants to go to 3,000 tonight. 1,000 on each game. Be another 2 hours plus. But I don't have 2 hours to hunt. I wish I did. Maybe once I'm showered and ready for bed, I'll do some off-camera stuff. Of course, knowing my luck, I'd get it off camera, because that's how everything works. You always get the best shiny reactions, not on stream. That's how it always works. You're good. You're good. I believe you were good. Yep, you're good. Now it's getting kind of warm in here. It's been heating up lately. I might have to get the fan on and get an air conditioning, little air conditioning unit in here. It's okay. Warmth is good when you're sick. Like a good warm soup. Always great. I've never had a stream with this many people with that empty of a chat. I'm a little disappointed, but I appreciate it, you know. I understand. A lot of people doom scrolling shorts and they kind of just want to listen in the background, not participate much in chat. I'm surprised none of the usual people showed up though. Like I haven't seen any chats from Ambi or any of the OGs. They might be busy. I might check oh. I might check Eternal Radiance stream, see if he got anything yet. Oh, Ambi's streaming too! Okay, depending on if I go longer than Ambi. Did he get it? Oh, tell me he got the shiny. Hold on, I gotta open chat on my own. That explains why no one's in my chat, because Ambi's streaming and he's got all the people who are in my chat over in his. And he probably got a shiny already. Did he get Growlithe or anything? Let me open up chat so I can hang out with you guys. Shiny Tootle. Oh, shiny turtle, but he's okay, that makes sense. Go to my studio real quick. Oh, I'm gonna make sure I pause the timer real quick. So I can go to my YouTube studio and pop out chat real quick. Manage, go here. I'll look at my analytics real quick. We've got 2548 average view duration. That's awesome. Almost 200 views. So less views than yesterday, but a lot more stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out chat so I can see you guys and then close that. Now I can see you guys. Oh, shut it, game. I mean, not game, OBS. Like, encoder preloaded. Not good. Yes, I know. Probably because I opened up one thing that you don't like. I opened up Chrome. How dare you open up Chrome while recording and streaming? Yes, it is such a memory hog that it causes that many issues. Which is part of why I like to load stuff on my phone. I'm going to mute the music on... Oh. Actually, nothing's output, so... Well, that would still output to my phone. Hold on. I gotta set up my other earbud, too. I'm going to listen in on Ambi's stream with my other pair of headphones. I can find the damn thing. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Now I'm gonna listen to one on Ambi's stream. Don't let me forget to turn the timer on after this encounter. Alright, I'm also going to be actively engaging with Ambi in his chat. Ooh, Gerudo Valley. Love this one. Is sad. I don't think I can make my I don't think I can make trading between 3DS and DS possible. Sweet. Do I just hit 2 again? It might not update it, but it looks like it just missed hitting it. Oh, I was supposed to turn this back on. Whoopsies. But we'll just get to whatever the number is. And then we'll make sure we get there. So let's see. If we did 70 an hour, we would be at... we started at 840. So we'd be at 910. Oh, what is this? Is this from... I don't know this OST. What is this? It's Zora's domain. That explains it. I haven't played Ocarina of Time, so I only know a few of the... I believe it was Zora's domain from Ocarina of Time. Unless it's the other one, Majora's Mask. It might be from Majora's Mask. But Ambi's got all the people who chat in my chat on his chat, so... But that does give us a raid target. If you guys would be willing to participate in a raid. I know you guys are lurkers, so I don't know if you guys would be willing to participate in a raid. But if you're willing to participate in a raid, then we probably will end up raiding Ambi. I'll paste his link in. Hopefully, even if you guys, you know, even if you're lurkers, you'll still find it. And we'll double his viewership, which would be awesome. I'm still at 26, so yeah, we would literally double his viewership as well. And this one's Kokiri Forest. I know that by now. Although it sounds very similar to... I get Kokiri Forest and the Lost Woods mixed up. I don't know why. Maybe I'll get the Fire Red and Leaf Green layout done today. Not just Zelda's Lullaby. Oh yes, I haven't heard this one today. I know it played, but it wasn't... I didn't hear it, so it's... Kogera. I love Kogera's theme. Hot take, the one in Tears of the Kingdom is better than the one in Wind Waker. The theme and the battle itself. I wonder if you have to be monetized to do the polls and stuff, or if I can do a poll. Wait, is this a poll button? I can create a poll. Cool. Alright, I might make a poll real quick. Bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 ba. I never realized I can make polls. We'll start with what will shine first. We'll see if anyone interacts. Go interact with the poll, lurkers. If you're gonna do anything, at least interact with the poll. I want to see what people think. No lurker has interacted with the poll yet. Ooh. Let's see, so at 13 hours we would be at 9:10. Don't you know it was Hypnostein Island? Yeah, we've been creating Epstein Island Pokemon lore, like what Pokemon was it? What like it was Hypnostein Island because Hypno's known for hypnotizing children and young people, and Drifloon's known for kidnapping them. So Drifloon was the one who kidnapped the children for Hypno, and they had plenty of baby Pokemon, no adult Pokemon. There were no Lopunnies allowed on Hypnostein Island. Release the Hypnostein files. Didn't I already do the Colgera battle? Why am I doing the Colgera battle again? It'd be weird if it restarted the playlist and it's like, yep, we're gonna do this one again. It is such a good soundtrack. I'm good listening to it again. Another half hour of hunting, which is... See, we started at 8:40, which means we do need to get to 9:10 at least. I haven't even been able to test out my shiny team yet. I spent all that time setting up the shiny team, getting everything EV trained, leveled up, and it's like, nope, we're not gonna let you hunt it. We're not gonna let you get your target. Elite knowledge. Come on, shiny. I may end up sneezing again. This is longer than I thought it was. Bulgaria's theme. Calm down, bud. Yeah, calm down. Good boy. Oh, I didn't hit the A button on that. Dang it. Slow. Yeah, bud. Give me a few minutes, okay, and then I'll let you out. Such a beautiful theme. How far through Kansas do you have to get an illuminator? Hey, bud. Give me a few minutes, okay? Doggy is asking to go out. I think I gotta play through Kanto tonight in bed and get far enough I can get some Illuminator Pokemon so I can transfer them to the other files to do some early game shiny hunting with the Illuminator Pokemon. Kaneko Town. I have no idea what this town is. Something from Gen 5 Black and White. Alright, alright, alright. One more encounter. Good boy. Gotta go let the dog out. He's asking nicely. Back to streaming for a moment. I better close my door, but that's okay. Let's see what I want my illuminator to be, what level. Three to five, 4 to 6, 5, 3 to 5. I can get I can do a level in Fire Red. I can do a level 6 repel trick to guarantee a shiny Kakuna. Also, I may have to go to the bathroom real quick. Sorry about that. I gotta run to the restroom. I'm back. I forgot to unmute. I've been talking. Sorry. Talking about my plans for Fire Red and Leaf Green, I think I'll do 2 Fire Reds and 1 Leaf Green, specifically because there is a level 6 Repel trick in Viridian Forest in Fire Red, which guarantees you a Kakuna every time. And so I'm thinking I'll play through a separate save file tonight, try and get a Staryu to breed with, breed some Illuminators, and get them to level 6, trade them over. And that's part of the reason I do 2 Fire Red, so I could do, because it changes between Fire Red and Leaf Green, where in Leaf Green you have the you have the other one instead. So I think we'd absolutely shiny hunt that for the teams. I guess you can do a badge quest. Because if we're doing a repel trick, we kind of need repel, which means we need money. I guess what I could do is also get the whatever it's called, the money thing. Trade over the money thing as well, the amulet coin. And if I get the amulet coin as well, then I would be able to double all my money early game to maximize repels. Let me figure out where that is. Okay, Route 16. So I gotta play through a ways in the game to get it. Oops. There's so many people live on shorts all the time. It's kind of nuts. Someone said something to moi. Lots of back and forth today. Back to Ambi stream. At this rate, he might be done before I am. Then I can't raid him. Then I have to find someone else to raid. Although I guess he could raid me for a minute. Zelda's theme. Isn't this also Zelda's Lullaby in the future games? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. 888. Uh, oh. Da, 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 da. You're getting 120 an hour, which means you're getting 120 per game an hour, which means you're doing 60 an hour, which isn't bad at all. I bet you could do more in random encounters. Okay, that one's that one. Yeah, I think I'll have to play Fire Red and Leaf Green, get a couple Parises that would still listen to me early game. Or maybe we just go with Bulbasaur's. I think Bulbasaur learns one of the powders pretty early on. Nimbasa City! I guess you could configure the entire controller, but I don't want to do that. I want to configure just for the... Yeah, does anyone believe that Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Switch are actually full odds or not? People have been arguing because there have been so many quick hunts. Oh, I love Azalea Town too. It's such a good OST. I mean, unless they already figured out how to... Any shiny? No Dialga, no Palkia, no Giratina. Driftville City again. I think this is the third time we've gone through the playlist tonight. Violet City, a good one to get close to ending with. Not quite 10 minutes left and then I'll end stream. Oh yeah, let me pause the timer real quick. And we're going to end today's stream off with a Minecraft OST. Well, maybe not. Actually, yeah, we still got 7 encounters, so we're probably not gonna. I was gonna raid Ambi first. How am I supposed to raid Ambi? We're gonna end with supers. Oh, we're gonna end with Can You Feel the Sunshine? Not quite the best supersonic racing, but not bad. Oh, sorry, bud. We're gonna be a brighter day. And snipped an hour of traffic. Can you feel the sunshine? Run another day. That sounds so bad when I do it into this microphone. Can you feel it? Yeah. Few more encounters and then we're done for the night. We're officially at 2,700. That's nuts. 3/4 of the way there in 13 hours. Probably more than 13 hours if you count technical difficulties, eating, pooping. But I'm not counting those. It's practical encounters, actually hunting. So I don't know if you guys are still lurking, but if you're lurking here, I am going to raid Ambi. So if you're willing to go raid Ambi, go ahead. I'll drop the link here in a couple minutes, and then this is the last encounter of the night. If anyone's going to bring me luck, please say so in the chat. Thank you all for sticking around, even when I stopped talking, even when I was distracted. I really appreciate it. Last encounter is going to be done with Can You Feel the Sunshine? Are we going to get the lucky Can You Feel the Sunshine lucky? So we got that one, and that one. No shiny tonight, unfortunately. Let me go grab Ambi's link, and I don't know if you guys are willing to raid him, but if you're willing to raid him, I would appreciate it. He could use the support. I'm technically already in his chatting while I'm streaming, but... Oh, just when the Minecraft thing happens? Where's my chat? That's his link. Go watch Ambi if you're still lurking. I'm gonna end the stream. And I'm gonna say raid here. Alright, I gotta end the stream.